Disclaimer, we are not doctors, or are we healthcare professionals. We're not offering any healthcare advice. Before trying any new medicine, check with your doctor or healthcare professional. The following is a panel made up of people who are using CBD. The common link that they share is all the people are using Blue Cobra CBD. This is the only requirement for being on the panel. The Blue Cobra Peeps.
Yep, there's Larry.
There we go.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah.
Sorry about that. That's why we're doing a meet and greet today.
There you go. No, that's good to go. I like it.
Jake's here. He'll be right back, he said.
Okay, cool.
And then we have Gwen's going to join us. And that looks like it, I think.
Okay, that'll work.
It's a start.
It's a start, exactly. Yep.
Could be worse. Could just be me.
That's right, huh? Oh, man.
Hey, I'm almost there, guys. Give me like 30 more seconds.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Yeah, so I got to keep remembering to go to my junk email.
Yeah.
But I just figured out a way to start. Hopefully it works. Start marking them all your emails not as junk. So
yeah.
Hopefully it'll get the darn hint.
Yeah. Well, you know how that goes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's all good though.
You like that video, huh?
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. But I guess that was the second part of the video that I was originally watching.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, the video I was originally watching was the guy that did the interviewing and the filming and all that. He was just talking how he ran across this family.
Yeah. I actually seen that.
Okay.
But then
it was.
I watched, I guess there was two. Hey, Jake.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, this is Larry Tate.
Hey, Larry, how's it going? I'm Jake Weaver.
Jake Weaver.
It's going good, man. Nice to meet you.
All right, let me just get my microphone set here. I'm just in my living room. I'm not in the studio right now.
I hear you. That's the way it could be.
Just hanging out. We're casual. We're just casual.
Yeah. Casual Monday.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure I hadn't taken my Blue Cobra CBD today.
Oh,
so I had
that's
to
what
make sure and have
you're having, huh?
Yeah, with my shake, afternoon shake.
Nice, nice.
You know, it's the super post-nuclear version. So cheers, we're gonna get high.
There you go.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out, Jake.
That's how you do it, yes.
To set this up, next time it'll be a piece of cake, you know?
Yeah, no worries. It only took you a minute.
Yeah.
Is anybody else showing up or this?
Yeah. Gwen's coming. She's trying to get on now.
Okay.
She's my cousin's wife.
I see. Okay.
And that's going to be it. You know, I hope for two other people.
That's okay.
One guy, he just flaked on me. I don't know. I hope he's okay. You know?
Oh, he'll come around.
Yeah. And I had a lady lined up, but she, because of what's going on, she can't get involved with this.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, what's going on?
Oh, she's got like a class action lawsuit.
Oh, my God. That sounds scary.
Like
I like that.
People. So she said that they told her it wasn't in her, best interest to be affiliated with us. As soon as the lawsuit's over, she'll be here.
All right.
Wow. Jeez.
I mean, she says, I'm the president of your fan club.
That's what she says?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I went, wow. I said, yeah, I'll make you president,
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
This is it.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Just start, and when Gwen shows up, she shows up.
Yeah.
I mean, we can give it a couple more minutes if you want.
Yeah, well, you know what is, I'll do the disclaimer thing.
Okay.
Do we got to take notes?
No. So anyway, I'm sort of required to do this. we're not doctors or we healthcare professionals, so we're not offering any medical advice. If you want to change something you're doing, then you need to check with your doctor or your medical expert and get professional advice. And the only thing we're doing is just talking about CBD oil, Blue Cobra, and how it's affected people. So that's our common bond with everybody, is the fact that we all take Blue Cobra oil. And so we're going to talk about the effects it's had on us, either good or bad. We're going to talk about them.
Wait, we're here. I don't even know what Blue Cobra oil is. What is this? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fill us in. Fill us in on this.
Oh, it's incredible. It's the greatest CBD oil out there. Howard, you should tell your story of how you went from not being involved with any kind of this product's legal or not into where you are now.
Yeah. And then, so what Jake's referring to is that, you know, I'm going to be 77 years old this year. You know, I'm not a young kid. And so I didn't grow up where people were smoking pot. You know, they didn't even talk about it. And, you know, I became popular, but because of the work I did, I had to sign papers. I'd still be in jail now if they caught me puffing on a joint, you know. So I just never got involved with it. You know, I know a lot of people did. And I moved to Oregon and I was having these muscle cramps, really extreme muscle cramps, you know, like you're going to call 911. You think you're dying. You really do. And so this guy I know, he made some oil out of pot, out of marijuana.
THC.
Yeah. And, you know, who knows what was in it, but it helped with the cramps somewhat. It's the first thing that's helped. So I says, oh man. And he goes, well, I'll just make it for you. And I went, really? And then so I started getting low and asked him, and he goes, oh, you know, I'm pretty busy. I'll just tell you how I made it. You can make your own. And so his method was primitive, and he used pot. And still, I wasn't a fan of pot, you know. And so I thought, well, and I started reading about hemp and CBD. And I went, well, it's just easier. I'll just go buy some of it. So I bought some, you know, paid a good amount of money for it. Put it on there, nothing, nada, you know. So I thought about using hemp CBD to get to CBD. And I thought, well, you know, you could do this without these chemicals that all these other companies do. They all use chemicals. And then, so I figured that out and I tried it. It worked 20 times, 100 times better than what he had given me. And so I started rubbing it on at night, you know, where I had the cramps. I had them in my thighs, in my calves, in my ribs, in my neck. And I never had a cramp after that. After about maybe a month, you know, I cut it down to once a day where I'd rub them. And now I don't even rub them anymore. I keep a bottle by the bed, and occasionally I'll get like a cramp in my ankle starting, and I rub it on there and it's gone.
Wow.
So, you know, I sort of changed my mind too about pot, because a lot of people use that have cancer and whatnot to get rid of the pain. And so, you know, I'm really understanding about that. It isn't like reefer madness or something like that.
Right.
I mean, you know, people get high on it and, you know, they probably abuse it just like they abuse anything else. So,
Right.
You know, and, but then, so I had on my arm, I had psoriasis really bad. You know, I called it elephant skin. It was all gray, just like elephant skin, and then it would ooze out of there. And I can't tell you how embarrassing that was to go somewhere and, you keep it covered up and,
Oh yeah.
and then it would itch, And I thought one day when I was rubbing my muscles, I went, oh, what the hell? And I rubbed that on there. In 2 weeks, that's gone. I've never rubbed it on there since. I got baby skin underneath there. Could you imagine that, from elephant skin to baby skin?
And what you said, a couple months?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks, geez.
Yeah. And then I thought, my diabetes got out of control.
Mhm.
And I went, man, I got worried about that because it's progressive. The older you get, the worse it gets. And they start out at a certain point, they start chopping off toes and then
Oh yeah.
legs. And I went, that's not going to be me. And so I went, well, what I got to lose? And I started drinking it. And I'm not kidding you, my diabetes went down to pre-diabetes stage. Plus that, I started eating foods that I couldn't eat before. I'd have cake. I had a lot of lost time to make up for.
Right, right.
When I was taking insulin, I don't take insulin anymore. I take one pill right now.
How long did that take to start
controlling
your blood sugar?
Maybe a month or two.
Oh man,
I didn't time it. I didn't think it was going to do anything, to be honest.
Right.
And then I went to go to the doctors, and my shirt was all loose, and and I said to the nurse, I said, could you weigh me? And she goes, why? Did you gain some more weight? And I said, no, I think I lost some. She goes, you lost 70 pounds. I didn't even know, And then just the other day, I started getting back on scale, lost another 20 on top of that.
Gosh.
I can't even believe it, And then they found on my liver, I had 2 spots and they were cancer. And the one was big enough where they went in there and they did a microwave obliteration, I call it,
Right, right.
And anyway, I got rid of the cancer on there. They said the other one's too small. When it gets big enough, we'll go and do the microwave again. And I went, okay. And I thought about that oil. And, when they said I had cancer, I started drinking a bottle a day. I'm not kidding.
Oh, man.
You figure.
Why not?
If 2 aspirins are good, 6 are going to be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
So now they said I'm cancer-free, and that one lesion's, they said is slowly disappearing. I said,
Man.
what do you mean by slowly disappearing? They said it's just sort of fading away. They don't know.
That's great. Gee, man.
So this is your story. This is how it happened. I mean,
yeah. I mean, and it made me a believer. And, but the thing is, I'm more about helping people. Jake knows this. If they got cancer, that tugs at my heartstrings, And I really believe too that you could start taking it early in life and keep it in your system, and you probably won't get cancer.
See, I think that's the important thing right there, is keeping it in your system.
And use it as a preventative,
Right, right. Some preventative maintenance. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's going to affect everybody different, and I'm sure there's people that's not going to help.
It's helping me right now.
Huh?
I said it's helping me right now. It's starting.
I know, Jake. He ain't ever going to have cancer. He can quit taking it now.
As some of you may know, Howard was the original and has been a sponsor of my podcast, Midnight on Earth. So I've got to know in quite detail, not the secret recipe, but a lot of Howard's thinking behind how he designs the oil and what he uses. I know the ingredients. I know the flour. I don't know the exact process, but I know it's natural. I know it's proprietary. No one else has it. And so because of that, one of the perks, like, get free oil from Howard. I can't believe it's part of our sponsorship deal.
Yeah, it is.
It's incredible. It's mind blowing. And so Howard sent me a significant amount. I've been helping him brainstorm on research and development with this incredibly unique product. I just want to say again, there's no other CBD product like this out there. We'll get to that. But I just want to talk about my experience with it, just because we're just a little bit before we go too deep.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I take it pretty regularly and it's incredible. It's, like I said, unlike anything else, because it's so natural, because it's organic, because the proprietary process keeps the CBD molecule stable. It keeps the energy of the plant stable. It keeps every medicinal aspect of that CBD stable. And it's in that oil. It's in that oil. And we've been R&Ding, and I've got to try as super duper strong stuff that will never see the market, people. This is the perks of being a podcast host. Start a podcast and you could have things like this happen to you.
Yeah.
And then I can tell you that all the various versions of Howard's oil I've had a great experience with. The super duper stuff, the King Cobra, which is on the website. It's incredible. There's just, it's a spiritual experience. These people are taking plant medicines in its truest definition. It's a plant medicine. This is a plant that's been used for thousands of years, probably tens of thousands, if not millions of years of hidden human history. We've been evolving with this cannabis plant, not even the THC version, but just the cannabis plant. As you know, our brain has cannabinoid receptors, meaning we have evolved with this plant and the need to process these cannabinoids coming from this plant for so long that it's literally a part of our genetics. So we have these cannabinoid receptors. These plants are there to heal us. And this is something incredibly special, this oil. There's really, like I said, there's really nothing like it. Howard's method creates the best possible experience. So I got off on a little tangent here, but I got to drink, like Howard said, he took a bottle a day to fight his cancer, what he believes in his mind. He can't publicly saying that, just to put that out there. He's not publicly saying that. What he's saying is that's his experience. He's not a doctor. He's not publicly saying that as a physician or as medical advice. He's just saying it, said, hey, this is the correlation of my experience. This is what we're talking about, these correlative experiences. I took a bottle a day. Howard took a bottle a day for a month of stuff that was half the strength or less. I took a bottle or more a day. Some days I did 2 bottles of stuff that was 5 times as strong as his original batch. And this is the King Cobra, which you can get on his website. And it absolutely healed me on a foundational level. Stress, anxiety, just core inflammation that you deal with. You deal with energetic, mental inflammation. You deal with toxic inflammation with all the toxins in the environment. There's just so many things agitating you. This is calming you. This is getting you back to homeostasis, back to true self, the true self, getting you back to the true core. That's what this stuff has done for me. And then after trying it for 6 weeks, I can tell you it's incredible. If I had cancer, it's probably gone. If I had diabetes, it's gone. I just know that it affected me on a pretty profound level.
You know, I want to say this too, Jake, is if anybody wants to see a true salesman that believes in something, they need to listen to your podcast. And that's midnightonearth.com. And
no, we don't let products on. I just want to say, cut in, Howard. I just want to cut in and say we don't let products on our podcast that haven't been vetted, verified, and have a significantly positive result for the people, the listeners. It's not garbage. You're not going to see me selling Big Macs. And if I did, just realize I got the $1 million check and hopefully I'm using that money in a good way. That's the thing. So Howard Stuff being a sponsor is huge. And that's why I can talk about these things and have so much passion and emphasis and just understanding, because A, I have direct experience with it, and B, I absolutely believe in it because it does heal people. It's the goal of the podcast. We're going to learn, we're going to grow, we're going to heal. This is just one more way people can heal themselves.
We got somebody joining us.
Okay.
I think they are. Oh, I don't know who it is for sure.
Looks like
They'll
they're
be
working.
here.
They're trying.
I see audio. I see.
It is Gwen. Okay. Hi, Gwen.
Hello.
It worked, huh?
Well, after a few choice words, I finally got
We've all had those today.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to me. So everybody, this is Gwen Hitt. She is my cousin's wife.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we have down here at the bottom, that's Larry Tate. He is my honorary stepson. And then up here on the top left, that's Jake Weaver. He's the host of the podcast, Midnight on Earth.
Okay.
And so he was just telling us his story about Blue Cobra.
Yeah, I can sit and talk about Blue Cobra all day. The problem is that not enough people know about it. This is why we're doing this recording. Howard will tell you he won't tell you his secret process, but he'll tell you all about it. He'll tell you all about it. And the word needs to spread because I often say this on the show, in an ocean of CBD products, there's so many.
Yep.
You don't know where this hemp is harvested from. You don't know if it has pesticides on it. You don't know if it's cut with something prior to being released, even if it's 1%. 1% of what? Is it lead? Is it nickel? God only knows what it is. Okay, so you eliminate all that by having the highest quality, locally sourced CBD out there. There's really nothing else. Like I keep saying, I'll say it a million times. There's nothing else like it because in the ocean of CBD products, you're not going to find anything else done this way. It's proprietary. It's the HIT extraction method. It's proprietary.
Plus that too, a lot of these companies, or most of them probably, get their hemp from China. And we know how dirty the air is there. Plus the hemp and marijuana, both plants, they just suck up whatever's in the soil and the earth.
Oh yeah, the ground out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know all that lead and all that stuff is going in that plant. That's not
fertilizer too. They're using the lowest grade, highest toxin fertilizer you can imagine.
Yeah.
Pesticides like you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I don't use any pesticides. It's all organic. What I get is certified organic of all the hemp I get. And, you know, I actually go to the farm where the guy grows it, you know, and I'm pretty good friends with him. And he has a test for pesticides. That's part of being certified organic. And then every batch that I make, every single batch, I have it tested by a third party laboratory. And so when you get a bottle, it'll have a lot number on there, and you'll get a copy of the lab report.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that wasn't 5 years ago. Somebody's brother-in-law owned a lab.
Right. How long that bottle's been sitting on the
scribbled
shelf.
something out for them, and you know, because I've seen those reports. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Well, it could have mold in it too. There's an epidemic of
I can imagine that. Yeah.
People using moldy hemp, and because they get it for pennies on the pound, you know, pennies. It probably costs more to grow it than what they paid for it. And they're just using it. They can get the CBD, but what else is attaching to it, and what chemical process are they using to extract the CBD? This has no chemicals, no solvents, no gases, like Howard always says. You know, this is the deal.
You know, some was offered to me from a manufacturer for $5 for a bottle. $5. All I would have to do is put my label on it. And you know, that's tempting in a business sense, but then you realize what's in there for $5? You know, because they're making a profit on it. I mean, that little shiny bottle cost me like $1.50, you know, in its own self.
I think your stuff should
Oh,
be
yeah.
bottled in gold. I think it literally should
Yeah,
be
well, that
solid
gold bottle, that's as close as I can get right
even
now.
if it's
Yeah, I think it's
$1,000,
cool. Yeah.
it's the highest quality. Look, you're what you created is A plus plus plus. I don't even know how to rate it higher than that, the highest possible rating, because like I said, for people that don't know, look, prior to being a podcast host, this is how Howard and I first met each other. I was in that industry. I was in the cannabis hemp industry. I've always been in the cannabis kind of underground, just in my own self, with my personality and my people. But I was out there as hemp was legalized, February of, I believe, 2019. The Farm Bill passed, or yes, 19. 18. Okay. February 2018, the Farm Bill passed. Hemp was legalized. So everyone, just to put it out there, Howard's product is completely legal, federally, state, local, on every possible level. This is 100% legal, just for people that are wondering, they're questioning, because they hear that there's a stigma.
That I get all the licensings and,
yeah,
you know, everything. You know,
so I was in the industry. I was seeing thousands and thousands of tons of hemp that people had grown at that point in 2019. I was out there. There's distillate, trying to broker distillate, isolate. There was so much of it. This is before I really learned the process, which is not healthy. It's not what you want to put in your body. Anyways, so I got to know it on a pretty microcellular level, and that's how I met Howard. Right, me and Howard. Howard was making hemp oil.
We had some long conversations back then.
Yeah, I was willing to give Howard advice because I felt like Howard was a really nice guy. And I just like to help people because people have helped me. It's just what you do, right? You pay it forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody calls you for advice, you just do your best. Like, then next time you ask for help, somebody might do their best for you.
Yeah, comes around, goes around. That's right.
So that's the thing. So I was always there for Howard as a hemp consultant. However, as everyone knows, or at least in the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, the hemp industry tanked. Hemp is pennies. Many farms failed. However, my friend is in New York right now, and he said that at CBD dispensaries, he's there right now in New York, and they're selling $15 pre-roll CBD joints for $15.
Wow.
I think I said that twice. It's
CBD. No. That's more than twice.
That's the thing. So people are paying it, but over here in the Pacific Northwest, where we grew so many tons and tons of CBD, because you grow those plants as big as big as the sky. And everyone did. So
it got oversaturated.
So people have moved on. And then there's other places in the world that can grow hemp. Now that it's like federally legal, you can have a beautiful organic greenhouse anywhere, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be in Oregon. So that's the thing. So they've localized production. They're starting to really kind of do that in that way. There's still the micro growers out there, the micro farms making organic craft CBD, but it's very rare.
Oh yeah. So Larry, why don't you tell us something about you?
So I texted, actually it was on Facebook. I messaged Howard on Facebook, and it was a question about a car. And so we started going back on this old car from back in the day. And I let him know, hey, me and the wife bought a car, a little 81 Dodge Marauder we're fixing up, and he was giving me some pointers on it and whatnot. He's a Mopar fan. And I started telling him, I've been having back issues for so long, and had operation by the VA, operation by Kaiser, and all this. And Howard goes, well, he goes, I'll tell you what I'm doing. This is after a good few conversations. I didn't ask him for anything. He says, here's what I'm doing. Here's what it did for me. And so to make a long story short, tomorrow will be 1 week that I've been on King Cobra. And I'll tell you what, after 2 days, and I'm like 2 days, that's 48 hours. After 2 days, I started feeling a difference in my back. I told myself, I got to start logging this stuff down, doing a little journal, right? And I feel like you were saying, Jake, I feel right now. I feel my body's the way it's supposed to feel right now. And I never thought I'd get this far. And I feel I'm blessed just to call Howard up, touch base with him about a car. And the next thing you know, I could walk around all day with a pain level of 1 to 2, when normally it's 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
You know, and I know my body, right? I know my body, and I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's rear end because it's not worth it. My back is feeling better due to the CBD oils because I haven't been doing anything else different. I have not been stretching out different. I've not been doing anything else different. Not, nothing except the CBD oils. And I'm getting better sleep, which I'm sure, you are as well. And I'm in a much better mood. And I think I'm in a better mood because I'm getting more sleep, less pain. I mean, that's a given, right? Less pain, more sleep. I feel right. I feel how I'm supposed to be feeling, which I haven't felt in a good few years. Right. And I'm a firm believer in this stuff. My gosh, he's got it down. And I know Howard's a cook. I know he knows how to throw down in the kitchen. And personally, I think a lot of his knowledge in the kitchen has led to his knowledge on how to do this and knock it out of the ballpark. And 1 week, and I feel really, really good. I'm not 110%. I'm not a new man, but I feel right. My body's feeling right, and it hasn't felt like that in quite a while. What's the dose you're taking? I'm taking at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. I was in the military, so I'm structured, right? So I was like,
sure.
8 a.m., 8 p.m. I'm taking one full dropper under the tongue, leave it under there for 45 seconds. Tomorrow morning is when I'm going to cut it down to a half a dropper. Okay, look, I got to tell you this. You got to try this. Okay. I was taking the equivalent of 30 droppers a day, maybe. Wow. Okay. Because it's the more the experience, like if you're really in pain, you got to take that mega dose. Like it's not going to hurt you. You're not going to have a psychedelic.
There's no side effects.
There's no side effects. Yeah. No, there's not. No, huh?
No, you never got to worry about bottle and being in that ain't never going to happen.
Yeah. No, I'm not waking up groggy.
Next
nothing
time,
like that.
Instead of just try this one day, see what happens. Instead of taking one dropper full, measure out 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milliliters, which is half a bottle. Try that one time. Just try that one time and see what it does. Because I think what's going to happen is the same thing that happened to me is because I have back pain. I have those issues.
Okay.
It just waxes it.
You haven't rubbed it on your back yet, Larry, right?
No, I haven't. Because I'm thinking, man, it's like this stuff is like gold.
No, you're getting more. Don't worry.
Right.
You won't run out unless you don't tell me,
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to do it. I mean, it's like, it's unbelievable that, I mean, all the VA doctors and Kaiser and try this and try that and try this and physical therapy, which is good to stay in shape, don't get me wrong, but this stuff is, I stopped taking my back medication. I stopped taking that.
No kidding.
Because, and there's no difference in my back pain.
Yeah.
It's like, I might as well just put it in a shot glass and start doing shots with it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you should. I mean, that's what I did. Look, here's the thing. It also, for a lot of people, replaces the SSRIs, which is the drugs that they give people like Ritalin and Adderall for these ailments like ADHD, OCD,
And then
you know, extreme
seizures
bipolar, seizure, but really those afflictions that seem to be affecting a lot of people these days, a younger generation, they really seem to be afflicted by this. There are people that definitely have 100% results with any CBD products in relation to those things. Anxiety, depression, like I said, OCD, ADHD.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All of these things. And then Howard's product, of course, you know, we talk about the cancer fighting tech, you know, potential, the potential of the diabetes fighting. Well, there's also this whole other potential of keeping you psychologically balanced instead of taking these terrible, terrible drugs with side effects may cause suicide. Howard's product side effects may make you want a sandwich.
It may, you could go to your happy place, your calm place.
Well,
Right?
yeah, that's just it. You know, it's like
It may cause you to meditate.
Exactly.
yeah, those medications, they start turning you into somebody that you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
And since
really
I've been
not.
taking this oil, I'm the person I'm supposed to be. I could tell. You know, I feel right. I feel right mentally and physically.
Nice.
So I should mention this is Larry's a disabled vet. And I think we should thank him for his service.
Yeah.
You know,
I appreciate that. Thanks so much. I
What
appreciate
branch, my friend?
it. The Marine Corps.
Yeah, it figures, right?
My-
He's one of those.
Yeah, too much jumping out of airplanes, you know.
Well, my parents were in the Air Force, so you know, it's come from a military family.
So you know the deal.
Oh yeah, it's you know, my partner's sister is in the Air Force. She's married to a major in the Air Force now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
you know, their career, they're full on.
There you go. There you
I
go.
think-
Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, I got no complaints about it whatsoever. Got to do a bunch of cool stuff, jump out of airplanes, which probably hurt my back later on down the road, you know, but yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, got to travel and whatnot, you know, meet some cool people who I still keep in contact with. And but golly, you know, all the jumping out of airplanes that I did and hopping with 100-pound rucksack up mountains and, you know, all that.
Oh, man.
14 years, you know, that can't be good on your knees and your back. You
No,
know,
it's terrible. Actually, my relative is a major. He complains about the same thing. He says the same thing. Yes, it was the backpacks, the insanely heavy backpacks that were unnecessarily heavy going up these mountains. It's like any human being, you know, it's not meant for that time.
right. Your body's not meant to do that, you know, but yeah, so you know, and what happens, all these people in the military, you know, they get out and they start these, you know, getting these filing these claims from the VA, you know. It's like, okay, well, here's some money to take care of because your back hurts. Well, all the money in the world, you know, is not going to cure your back 110%, especially going to the VA. Nothing against the VA. I like the VA, but they're just like any other doctors. Here's some prescriptions. And I'm in the frame of mind right now where it's like, you know what? Those ain't good for you. You know, they were helping a little bit, but my golly, you know, let's go natural.
Yeah.
You know?
It's emergency use only. I mean, you know, I have, like I said, dealt with back pain myself and sciatica issues. I've had ibuprofen occasionally to deal with that. Now that I'm exercising regularly, and let me tell you, Blue Cobra CBD, when you're exercising, you know, you're just in a calmer place. You should try it prior to exercise. But yeah, so I mean, that has subsided, but you do have those chemical prescription drugs for those emergency situations. Let's keep it natural, no side effects. And then what's the highest quality? You say, okay, there's an ocean of CBD products. Oceans. There's so many brands, so many billions of dollars went into pushing these products. There's only one that's literally the absolute highest quality. And I'm not BSing people. Like, I know.
No, you're not.
Personally. I'm not BSing anyone out there that's listening that wants to know about this. There's only one. There can be only one, and it's Howard Hitt. He's like Highlander.
Well, I had a bottle of CBD oil that I bought in town, you know, and it's in my medicine cabinet. I use it a few times to help me sleep, and I would wake up just groggy. It's like, okay, let's just like taking a bunch of no-dos, you know, and you know, I mean, it's, you know, it was no different. You know, I was expecting something a little bit more calmer. And I got to tell you, Howard, I took that and I threw it in the trash today.
Yeah, that's a
There's
good
no
place
need
for
for
it.
it, just sitting there like, you know, hey, Jake, it's probably moldy by now, you know?
And God knows what it was. It was probably isolate or distillate, which is just,
Sure
you know,
was.
you're
And
using
it-
petrolates and other
It might have been made
carbons.
from hemp seeds. It has no CBD in it.
Yeah, for all I know, it was olive oil. I don't know.
There's no CBD in the hemp seed.
Right. And then the taste of Howard's stuff does not taste like chewing on a piece of bark.
No, it tastes amazing. It's
Now,
like
me and Howard were
creamy
talking.
almost.
I kind of get a little Oriental vibe from it.
Okay. As a man who's traveled the world, I kind of believe it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I kind of get like a little, you know, a little Oriental cuisine vibe from it. Howard says it tastes a little bit like Italian dressing. He could dip a crouton in it.
Well, it's very creamy, and when I put it in my shake in the morning, it kind of binds with the powder, you know. And that's,
See,
really?
that's what I wanted to ask, because I take it like an hour before or hour after any food, coffee, or anything like that. I don't want it. I'm thinking I don't want anything messing with this stuff.
Yeah.
But you're putting it in a shake, so I guess that's okay.
Yeah, no, I eat and take it, or take it before I eat.
dude, you could put it in your coffee. You could put it on your lasagna. Like, just do whatever the hell you want with it. Now, as long as it goes in, I mean, that's just oil, just like any other oil. It's, you know, but the thing is, you kind of don't want to overheat it. I wouldn't heat it. I honestly just
no, you don't want to do that. Lukewarm, maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, we should take and listen to Gwen.
Please.
We got three guys here beating up on the woman.
Yeah,
So let her get in. And we'd like to know where she's at with Blue Cobra, or whatever you want to tell us.
Whatever I want to tell you, huh?
Yeah.
I got it when you sent us a mystery box and with no explanation about it. So
I remember those days.
Yeah. I take it morning and night. And on my last surgery, I've been dealing with oral cancer. Instead of taking oxycodone, I would take it and rub it along my jawline, and it would help.
Oh,
and
wow.
I didn't put it under my tongue because my mouth was still too raw, but I would put it on outside on my skin. But it's helped with that a lot. And it was a lot better than taking oxycodone all the time.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I don't do well with that.
Yeah, no, that's something I don't want to get hooked on.
I was in the hospital and they told me, they gave me some oxycodone, and I told them, no. And they says, yeah. And I says, when do I go home? And they says, you just got to make a lap around this area, you know? And and they gave me a walker. And that walker and I were, it's going one way, and I'm going the other. And I went, I got to make it a lap, you know, and I could get out of here.
So, Gwen, how much would you put on?
I would just put some on my finger and rub it in.
That's
Okay.
good, huh?
And it might be, you know, every hour for a while, especially right after surgery. It was really sore, but yeah, I would just rub it in. And sometimes I'd put a little heating pad over it, so I knew it would get worked in there.
So you're not drinking a lot of it then?
I'm putting it on my tongue in the morning and night. And I'm putting it, I have one spot in my mouth that I've been putting it on, hoping it clears it.
You know, the thing is, and this is what I believe, is once you take that, you want to keep it in your system. You should at least take some daily. And, you know, I believe that it'll fight cancer and it'll cure it. A lot of people I've talked with that cured their cancer, they're cancer free. Well, you know, Stan, right?
Yeah.
You know, he had prostate cancer.
Uh-huh.
And so they gave him chemo, and it made the numbers go up higher. He did 30 days of that. And they
Wow.
told him, look at, something else is going to kill you. Anyhow, it stands like 84, 85. And
Somewhere in there, yeah.
he's out there chopping firewood. And, he works hard, this guy does. And he called me up a couple of weeks ago and he goes, Howard, and he told me the story. And he goes, then I started taking oil. And he goes, I'm cancer free. He goes, that cured my cancer.
Nice.
So, he's not going to lie,
No, not Stan.
Not Stan, right?
Yeah.
It's just hard because you can't say that, because then they come after you.
Yeah,
I had somebody complain. I actually left a message on a post I said about a recent episode, and they said, "Oh, as soon as I heard about CBD cured cancer crap, I turned off the episode."
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was just today. And I was like, I responded. I was like, what the hell? I was like, first of all, it's his personal story. You can't tell him that that's not his experience.
Yeah, I'm just reporting the news.
Exactly. And second of all, we're all just reporting our experience. Like we can't, we don't have scientific data that is medically valid that can clearly point to CBD curing cancer. However, there have been dozens of studies. There are studies out there, but all we're talking about is the direct correlation that we see directly. Howard had a friend, like you just said, had a direct correlation. He took the oil, somehow the cancer went away. Howard feels the same way about himself. This is what we're reporting on. But medically, Howard can't say that. He's not saying that.
Well, I mean, if you don't take anything else, it's like, duh.
He's
right?
not a doctor. Well, I mean, even if you choose not to and only do the CBD, that's, if people feel like that's equally as healing. It's just a matter of, making sure that people realize
that frustrates me.
This is what we're talking about.
That frustrates me, what you said, because that person would be the first person, if they got cancer, they'd be the first person to buy a bottle. and
you're right.
What frustrates me about it is, and you know this, Jake, if somebody doesn't like the oil, they order it, they pay shipping, and you know how it is with anything else. You get this and you go, this stuff is no good. You got to go find a box to put it in. You got to take it down to the post office and pay shipping. And then they say, well, we're going to charge you a $20 restocking fee.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. All you need to do is call me and tell me, hey, this stuff didn't work, or I want to know why you're upset about that. But the thing is, you can keep that bottle. I don't care about it. Give it to somebody else. I'll give you all of your money back and your shipping.
Exactly.
That's how much I believe in what I'm doing.
Howard, why don't you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Larry.
No, I'm just saying that right there is being a true customer advocate. Caring about the customer more than caring about the bottom line.
And you could call me on the phone and I'll answer the phone and talk with you.
Howard, why don't you tell people about the hit extraction method without revealing your secrets? Like, how did you develop this? Like, where did you get to a point where you felt like it was finished? Let's talk about that a little bit, if you can.
I sort of can. I mean, actually I got the idea from my friend, but then it was lacking, and I wasn't getting any CBD out of the hemp like I should be. And I thought, well, those chemicals, they must be the secret. And so, I'm the kind of person, if you ask me something and I make a decision, right then you tell me, you got to decide right now, it'd be wrong. If I can take and mull it over for a few days, I come up with some pretty good solutions. So I was thinking about it. And one morning I was eating breakfast. And it's like, you could call it divine intervention. I don't care what you call it. Something smacked me right in the forehead. And I went, well, it's worth a try. It's a little bit out there. And I did it, and that unlocked the whole thing. So I didn't use any chemicals, no heat, nothing. Just the ingredients that I use. And you know, all these other companies, they're putting chemicals in there. They're using acetone.
Oh, gee, God.
And they're burning it down. And what they got left over, that's the CBD. Now, I wouldn't rub acetone on my body, let alone swallow it.
Right.
I got more sense than that, you know? And plus that, if you heat CBD over, I think it's 335 degrees, it changes the molecules in it. So, you know, when they're burning it off, that's like 1400 degrees. And I went, you know, they got to be molested, those molecules, you know, they're changed.
Mm-hmm.
And so what people really need to understand is the CBD that's in there is as pure as you could get. I don't think anybody could get it more pure.
That's why word needs to get out about your product, Blue Cobra CBD.
And I'll never change that. I just don't.
Well, that's why we're here as Blue Cobra Peeps.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the name of the podcast, or not podcast, but the panel is Blue
Look
Cobra.
at that, huh?
Huh?
I like it.
Think?
I like it.
Yeah. So
that little chick got bit.
Yeah, it did. It got censored. I never mind. I could go on about that. Yeah. So it's working good for you, huh, Glenn?
It is, and it helped. It helped during the quarantine too. If I was getting real tense, I would.
Oh yeah.
Take a few drops, and it would help.
Yeah.
Well, you saw the recent reports about how they said CBD cures or prevents COVID, blocks COVID.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm not going to go that far.
But those were university, I believe it was University of Oregon. They're the ones that released that.
Yeah, I know they did.
I read something about that. Yes.
No, it was Oregon State that released that.
Oh, was it Oregon State? Okay.
Yeah. Got to cheer for Oregon State.
It's closer where you live.
Sorry about that.
That's
yeah, so I'm happy with it.
So
I'm happy that I'm the person that can get it out there and get it to people,
And I'm happy being here listening to Gwen and Jake, it's like this is.
Oh yeah, that's all new, right?
Yeah, this is just, because I was telling the wife, I said, it's either some crazy coincidence that my back is feeling so much better, or this stuff is like gold, Yeah. And she knows me better than anybody else, and she could tell a difference in my attitude. And my attitude is a lot better towards life because I'm getting more sleep and I'm a lot less pain.
You were depressed too, pretty bad, right?
Oh yeah. I'll put it out there. I PTSD from Desert Storm.
Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed about that.
No, there's not. Because that right there, like Jake was saying, stuff like that, your body's not meant to go through physically or mentally, right? Yeah. So, it's like, it is what it is. But it's been a week as of tomorrow morning, and I feel right. I feel right as a human being, which is, no complaints here.
It helps you be your best self. It really does. It helps you be your best self. I keep saying.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Your best
self.
That.
I really do.
And look, let's just be real. We're in a state, Oregon, where cannabis is legal. It'll probably be going federally legal soon, but THC cannabis, not the CBD stuff that's in Howard's oil, but THC cannabis, it's legal here in Oregon. And when you smoke that cannabis, for people that do that, like I do, and then you take that CBD, Howard CBD, you get what's called the entourage effect. And that entourage effect, they start to symbiotically kind of intertwine, and they bounce off each other, amplifying each other's effects. And it's an incredible experience. Howard's oil, some really nice organic cannabis. You know, you put the two together. Maybe you internally take the oil, you smoke some cannabis, maybe eat some cannabis, and just watch the magic happen, people. It's a whole other level.
Yeah,
I can imagine. Yeah.
And you know, if you got questions too, that's another thing that's important. You can go, there's a website, you know, it's bluecobracbd.com, and you could get your questions answered. And then while you're there, you could also pick up a bottle of oil.
There you go. Might as well. Do a
Why
little bit of
waste the
shopping.
trip, you know?
Should you get him a discount code? Is it time?
Yeah.
Let's get him a discount code.
It's going to be Peeps.
Peeps, Peeps.
Yeah, and you're going to get free
What do you
shipping.
got?
And
Nice. Continental 48, right? Not,
yeah, you got it.
not
You got
internationally.
it. And you can't double up on those, Jake.
That's true. And, you know, people should try it. Howard has been so generous. He's given it away to dozens of people. And I don't think there's ever been a complaint. Everyone's come back to him talking about the uniqueness and the potency and the incredible experience they have. That's the only feedback he gets.
Yeah, and I've never got negative. When I offered that guarantee, nobody's taken me up on it, which I'm happy about.
That's really, yeah.
You know, but I mean, I'll stand by that forever.
No, and I like your website. I know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I mean that it's easy to maneuver around. You know,
Next
is right there.
On the next panel, we'll talk about how Blue Cobra got its name.
Yeah, I like the.
Yeah, this is quite a story.
Okay,
You know?
cool. All right.
You'll all enjoy it. You know.
So yeah, I guess are we closing this out? Is that what's happening here?
Well, what time is it? I don't even know how long.
It's 7:30. Look, we've been going for an hour. We went for an hour and 15. Well, you should tell people. Let's just tell people where to find you again.
Yeah.
BlueCobraCBD.com. Right there.
Yeah.
Blue Cobra
We'll
CBD.
do you a favor and we'll go there.
Yes. Midnight on Earth is the podcast where Howard sponsors. You can check that out. But here's the thing. Blue Cobra CBD, you want to talk to him directly, you can email him. He has an email. Blue Cobra.
Call me on the phone.
There's
the number's on there.
There's a phone number. Call Howard. He's ready to talk to you.
Yeah.
He's ready to talk to you.
Talk about the oil. You know that.
What if they call you at 3 a.m? Is there a time limit?
Well, you know what? I don't have access to that phone during certain hours. You know.
Okay. The police.
For certain events, even certain events.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You know, call him during. You know, your Pacific time, U.S. Pacific time.
Well, you know, I'm
call
up
between 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And you know, he'll answer.
That's good hours.
Yeah, and then
sometimes I take that after dinner appetizer nap.
Okay, well, you know, wake him up. You know,
it's appetizer nap. You take it before you go to bed. You know.
All right. Well, what else should we tell people before we go, I guess? Hey, it was great meeting you guys. Look, this is the first time that I've met Larry Tate and Gwen Hitt. Is it even Gwen Hitt?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a big hit around here. And Howard, you know, Big H, Howard Hitt, you know, Blue Cobra CBD. I'm Jake Weaver. We've got an incredible group. Look.
You got an interesting story you could tell next week too, Jake.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You were talking about the Air Force. This has to do something with a colonel also that you told me a long time ago.
CBD, huh?
Yeah, no, nothing with that. It has something to do with a colonel.
Okay. Well,
you probably thought I forgot about that.
We'll save that for next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're all here. Everyone.
See, I'm going to record this. I've recorded it. And then I'm going to go through because I didn't know how this was going to turn out. And I'll post it up on YouTube. But next week, we'll be live on YouTube.
We'll do live next week, huh?
Post it on your Facebook. Tell everybody you know. Tell them Blue Cobra Peeps.
Okay.
And they can tune in on YouTube and
Outstanding.
see all the fun we have.
All right. Well, hey, take care, guys.
And hopefully the other two people will be here.
Hey, nice meeting everybody too.
It was
Jay,
nice.
Lynn.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Where'd I go? I
Nice
lost my
meeting you.
screen. Oh, we're back. Oh, it's nice meeting you guys. You guys are
Yeah.
amazing. The whole Hit family is amazing. Howard created something really special. You know, we're having fun. We're doing this little panel, but the truth is Howard created something really special and unique. It's helped people profoundly. It could help somebody in your life as well. That's just why we're here. This is what we're talking about.
Well, thanks, Jake.
All right. Well, take
Thank
care,
you guys too.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna end this here
All
on
right.
a happy note.
Hey, bless you guys. Take care.
All right, bye now.
I gotta
Bye.
find this.
I gotta figure out how to turn this off.
Yeah. Let's see. Somewhere here.
Oh,
Well, they're
bottom right-hand
disappearing
corner.
one by one, Larry.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting
You
ready.
found
to-
it?
Found it.
Okay. We'll talk
right.
to you later.
Outstanding, Howard. I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, I did too. Thanks a million.
Okay, bye.
Bye.